Welcome. I'm your host, Dustin.
I'm also Dustin.
And we have a special guest today. And it is...
Oh, hey! It's Parker from Dissect Film. What's up, everybody? What's going on, Dustins? I gotta say Dustins now.
Yeah, we're plural. We are
weird,
one Dustin.
man.
Instead of the Brady Bunch, it's the Dustin Bunch.
Yeah, Parker, you're the meat of the Dustin sandwich right now.
I just want to share a little history about these fine gentlemen.
Okay.
The fact that I met I'm gonna say Dustin 1 because he, of course, was the founder of this podcast, and Dustin 2. Yeah, so right now, or to be Dustin with the hair.
That's better than what everyone else has been calling him.
So good.
I met Dustin 1 through we had the same artist create our logos. Our original logo was created by the same guy who did his original logo, and so we kind of were like, oh shit. When we got into podcasting, I was like, oh shit, he does a podcast. So that's kind of how we got together. We did some recordings here and there, and then I didn't meet this Dustin until I think it's been almost 2 years now. I think it was around this time, and because of Movie Dumpster, and I don't even know if you guys knew each other at the time.
When did we link up? I think it has to be about almost 2 years now, I think.
Yeah, because I remember, if you look back, the very first episode I was on with the Baron's Hideout was an Essentials picks, and I picked 1031.
Yeah, I think that was way later, because I think by the time I had started listening to Flicks and Friends, I don't think Essential Picks was a thing yet. Could have been really early. It's crazy. It's just crazy where we're at here, guys. The fact that this is a thing now. I love it. I love seeing Dustin. Dustin literally, he's got 12 arms. He's got his hand in so many podcasts, and he's pretty much an honorable co-host of our show. He's been on our show probably the most of anyone. So
1031 in Atrium was the Essentials pick 7.
Yeah, wow. So that was
early stuff.
Yeah,
beginning of last year. It has to have been, right?
Yeah, because then I came on and we talked about Nightbreed for a while, and that was pretty fucking fun too.
Yeah,
which I just watched for the first time last week.
That movie rules, dude.
You've only seen that for the first time?
I did not even know it existed until
I'm going to see myself out.
I talk about that movie too much, Parker. Not know what it's about.
Listen,
right? Linda.
I'm discovering a lot of movies through this podcasting thing, okay, and meeting all these amazing people on the interwebs and you guys. And it's that's what's great about Essential Picks. I listen to Essential Picks all the time. And I hit my list is 12 miles long of all these movies. God damn, and then now I love it because now I got a new Fire Stick in my bedroom, and Screenbox,
you call it?
Yeah. But Screenbox finally got a app on Fire Stick because they didn't for a long time, so I never could watch it. So now every night I'm literally throwing on a movie on Screenbox, even if I don't make it all the way through. If I pass out, Screenbox is gonna be is what's gonna be on my TV.
Hell yeah,
every night before I go to bed. So
hell yeah, and it's really good to hear. It's really good to hear that I know you're podcasting and you watch so many movies, but the fact that you're also tuning in and you're following along all the things that either I've been reviewing for a while or the ones that both of us have been starting to do is insane, because we're already close to 70 movies that we've covered, dude.
Crazy. I mean, it's awesome where we're at now, because I've been able to participate in some Screenbox reviews on my own, getting screeners from them and stuff that, which has been fucking amazing. And to be honest, it wouldn't have been that way if it wasn't for you guys, telling me to reach out and to do that. So to be able to be part of that whole world, and it's great because when I do mine, I watch it and I literally just do kind of a raw reaction to what my thoughts are. I don't really look into the behind the scenes or any of that stuff. It's kind of just raw reaction. And then I get to listen to you guys, because you guys do the interviews, which someday I'd like to get back into doing myself. But I loved I covered Creeping Death.
Hell yeah.
Did my thing. Then I listened to your guys' just review of it, and then I listened to your guys' interview with the director and the producer, and I was like, this is just great. I just love being able to see everybody doing this thing and Screambox getting all that love, because Screambox is dope. If you don't have Screambox, you're crazy to not have it for the little money. Man. That the fact, I mean, we're gonna be talking about some awesome and maybe not so awesome movies that come from that service, but there's just so much variety. It's so good.
Yeah,
okay,
that really is. But,
enough of that,
dude. Thank you so much for saying the kind words. It means a lot.
Parker,
always. I love you guys.
What's more important, Parker, is I need to know what you thought about Nightbreed real quick.
I really, you want to
Clive Barker's X-Men.
I enjoyed it. I thought the practical effect, I thought the effects work was just phenomenal.
Oh yeah,
it's Clive Barker's mind, from Clive Barker's mind, so it's really just, you feel it. You're like, yeah, this is the guy who did Hellraiser. No doubt. Like it's gross. It's just Clive Barker just throwing up on screen of just like, yep, this is all in my brain, and you're gonna experience it. There was some. I listened to a podcast right after I watched it, because I actually watched it because a podcast I listened to was gonna cover, and I was like, I've never seen it, so I'm gonna listen, or I'm gonna watch. And I was told to watch the director's cut. Like that is the one you should watch,
or the Cabal cut if you can stomach like 3 hours.
If you can,
podcasts that I listened to, they said that the director's cut is the only way to watch that movie.
The Cabal cut is 3 hours long, but it is probably the best cut. But the director's cut is the one you can sit through. Yes.
Yeah.
3 hours of that movie, I think, would have been a little.
I could do it, dude. I mean, people do that shit nowadays. Hey. It's
I get it. Yeah.
I mean, you did the Titanic, dude. I mean, you can fucking sit through 3 hours of Nightbreed. Don't let me go, Clive Barker. There's room on the door for all of us.
Oh man. Yeah, that movie's really fun.
We're here to talk about Parker's pick for tonight. Parker, dude, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, let us know what we're talking about.
We're talking about John Carpenter's final film, The Ward.
Yeah. So when you told us this, me and Dustin both looked at each other like, why the fuck is he picking this movie? Like what? I didn't know if it was sentimental to you. I don't know if there's like a significance.
No,
but me and Dustin are like, The Ward. But
you know what I did?
What you did?
You said, you guys sent me, asking me like what I want to talk about, and so I went on Screenbox, because of course that's where I'm going to go to pick my movies, and I saw The Ward, and I was like, this is a John Carpenter movie I have heard things about, like nothing really good about it, but it's John Carpenter's final film, and I'm just interested to see how it goes. And to be honest, as much as I had another pick, and I'm actually happy that I chose this one instead, even with how it went, because the other one was rough. We won't talk anymore about it. But yeah, to be honest, it was more curiosity. I wanted to watch this movie, good or bad, and I wanted to talk about it because it is John Carpenter's final directorial film. So let's talk about it.
Was this a first time watch for you?
This was a second time watch for me. I do remember seeing this. Okay. I rented the DVD back in whenever this movie came out, 2011.
Yeah, 2010.
Yeah, whatever. I remember seeing the DVD and being like, "Oh, that cover looks cool. Oh, and John Carpenter's name's on it. All right, that's cool." And I remember watching it, and that's about it. I don't remember the movie. I remember it took place in an asylum, and that was about it. And to be honest, I forgot Amber Heard was in this movie.
Amber who? You mean Amber Turd? Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. There's a lot of people in this movie, man. This movie's like quintessential 2000s actors, dude. Because you have Amber Heard, you got Jared Harris.
Oh my god! When I saw him, I was like, "Oh shit, this has got to be good, right? Like this is gonna be good."
I you know where my brain instantly went, right? Resident Evil Apocalypse.
Oh
wow, yeah.
I was like, Parker, stars. Yeah, Danielle Panabaker, which
from the Friday remake,
and also
She's in the
Agents of
Flash.
Shield.
Yeah, I don't watch Flash. But
She was in Sky High.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Sky High!
Piranha 3D.
A lot of things.
Oh, 3 Double D. Sorry, the pool one. But yeah, but no, dude. This is 100% a 2000s movie, and I remember, like, when I watched it today, I was like, I remembered everything that went on except for like the big twist. I was like, oh, not that it surprised me, but it's been almost 15 years since I seen it the last time.
Same.
And I was like, okay, that was a pretty okay twist, but it's something that, I've seen a lot recently. And dude, Dustin, you go next, and then we're just gonna fucking each take turns lashing at Parker.
Yeah.
You could have said, hey, maybe pick a different one.
Parker,
I would have been like, okay, that's fine.
Parker, this movie is worse than Assault on Devil's Island. Okay?
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I rated it higher. I rated that one higher than The Ward on Letterboxd.
Oh, I didn't even rate mine. I got to do that while we're doing this.
Oh, shit. I don't think I did that either, but I know what I would rate it. So my history with this is going back, still in high school when it came out, because I graduated in 2012. And I used to have friends over, and we would sleep over, watch movies and stuff like that, what kids would do. And it was on Netflix. We're just browsing through all the horror section and being like, oh, this is cool. Like, I watched a lot of cool things for the first time, like the Masters of Horror series that was out there that Mick Garris put together, and a bunch of other really, really cool things. And we came across this one. And for those of you who know, I am a huge John Carpenter fan. Like,
Really?
Yes.
All those fucking Michael Myers masks over there.
He's been just like one of my favorite directors because he just has this I don't give a fuck attitude. Like, he's very bare bones. He's kind of like a George Romero in a sense of where he takes social commentary line, puts it into his films. So I watched this on Netflix around that time, it had to have been like 2010, 2011. Watched it. And I don't remember really being super surprised by it. But my thing is, with John Carpenter, he is the best when he has like no budget. And this movie was $10 million. He usually works for way less. And when he's...
Yeah, but you also got to think it was 2011. $10 million in 2011 is not... That is like nothing for 2011.
Sure. But like you also take a movie like Prince of Darkness. He had like barely any fucking budget for that one. He had like Alice Cooper in it. He had some really awesome effects. And it was really, really good. And I think that was the peak of John Carpenter. And then you have like all these other ones. And then you come to The Ward. And I watched it again today, and I was like, this is why I didn't remember jack shit about this, because I did not like it. So that's my history.
You're welcome.
Parker.
Listen, I brought Fear.com to an Essentials episode.
Hey,
no one likes that movie
one more than this.
I would much rather watch Stay Alive.
Oh, Stay Alive is fun as fuck, dude.
That's like what I'm saying. It's got Frankie Muniz in it.
I brought this to the table for curiosity's sake. So it was just, like I said, I didn't remember I just remember it being in an asylum. I was like, oh, John Carpenter's final film. That was why I chose the movie. And I didn't choose it because I was like, oh man, I remember this movie being really awesome. Because if that was the case, I would have chose something else. I probably would have chose the movie, a different movie that we're going to be talking about on another show. Because that movie is really good and like everything about it is almost perfect. But like this was just like, I don't ever see anyone talk about this movie, and probably for good reason. But you know what? We're going to talk about it on this show, and then we'll never have to talk about it again.
Hell yeah.
There we go.
You're welcome.
So I guess before we start jumping into everything, do you guys want to take a guess at Rotten Tomato scores? If we don't know them already?
Not good.
I don't have them. Oh, do you have it pulled up, Parker?
No, I just didn't look. I'm just guessing it's not good. It's probably like 10%.
So then I have it up right here. and I'll let you guys take a stab at it. You know, we'll start with the critic score, and it's got 72 ratings. So you guys can, I guess, Parker, if you want to go first, you can take a stab at it.
I'm gonna say 30%. No, for critic score, I'm gonna say 25%.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 17%.
33%.
Ooh, okay. I said 30%. I said 30% originally, but so hey, damn.
And
that's
now
higher
for the audience score, which has over 10,000 reviews.
Okay. Yeah.
I feel like it's gonna be higher because usually it is, and I feel like people are gonna probably vote it a little higher just because of Carpenter's name.
And it has a lot of ratings compared to the critic score. So.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna say 40. I'm gonna give it a 47.
59.
You ready?
Are you gonna say 83?
26.
What?
So it's really fucked. It's really fucked, man. There's a review right here by someone named William Goss, an aggressively plain spook story that flavors jump moments over a sustained tension and winds up falling back on a particularly tired twist. So, yeah. And that was back in 2011. These are all back in 2011.
I think mine goes, this is it's so sad to think about that this was the final film from John Carpenter. I love the setting, but it's just a dull ghost story that is just not interesting.
Well, what studio put this out? Because that could also be, I forget.
Echo Lake.
And
a bigger boat. I saw that come up, and I was like, "This production company is a Jaws production company."
As soon as I seen that, I'm like, "There's a reason why." That's the tie in the fucking Parker.
That was bigger boat. I didn't even know until I started watching the movie. I was like, "Oh,
your goddamn Jaws tie-in."
Oh.
And IMDb has got a 5.5 out of 10. It's got a little over 45,000. The Metacritic score says it's 38 with 18 critics on it. So yikes.
All right. I mean, I think I just think we need to just drop kick this thing right down and just let me just be blunt.
Yeah. Go ahead.
This movie could have been so much better if there were other people in this movie. Amber Heard listen, I'm not judging her based off of recent events and the way that she is now, because it's not fair because I've seen her in good things. Like she's not good in this. Like, she is so bland and one note, and it's like I feel like we're seeing the same thing over and over again. It's like something happens, she gets taken away screaming by this orderly, locked up. New plan, go back out, do something. Does something, gets dragged back by the same orderly. They say the same thing over and over again, and I'm just like, why does she have to be the main character? Because to be honest, I was more interested in everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Even though, to be honest, as much as I like Danielle Panabaker in the Friday the 13th remake, I don't like her in this movie. She's also very bland and does not.
Yeah,
she's a bully. She's not believable as a bully.
Yeah, Lindsay Fonesca is probably my favorite out of the girls that are in this. The one with the gold. She's
Is she the one who? Oh no, she's
glasses. She got the lobotomy.
I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna get out.
Yeah.
Iris. I really liked Zoe's character. Like, if there's anybody on here, I'm like, okay, it's a little bit different, and she's a little, the way that she is.
Is that the one who acts like a kid? She acts like a little kid.
I thought like her performance on that was really believable and really, really good compared to everybody else that's trying to be bullies or like not really acting in the moment, I guess. And Amber Heard, I thought she was a bit flat for some of her performances, but I don't know. I feel like there wasn't a lot of direction going on in this. It was just kind of like, hey, you guys are in a psych ward, so act like it. But no one acted like they were in a psych ward.
As I'm watching this today, man, I'm like, she has a lot of freedom to walk around this psych ward, to get into places she's not supposed to be. And I'm like, watching, more truer to the fact movies like Good Burger when they're put in the fucking psych ward there, or Ghostbusters 2 when they're put in the psych ward. But it's like Amber Heard has free reign, and it was a little odd. What else I found really odd is the fact that this ghost tortured the people it knocked off one by one, and it was just it was just odd to me. Like, you're a physical thing. You're not just a specter. It's not.
Yeah.
You're not. It was fucking wild to me. And then I'm like, again, like I said, I forgot everything up until the twist.
Yeah.
And I remembered everything up until the twist. I said that backwards, but I was like, why the fuck is this? Why is no one else seeing this bullshit happen? Like the doctor.
Yeah.
Because it's happening in front of them.
Yeah.
But it makes sense.
Jared Harris, love him. I think he's a fantastic actor. Of course, he's the son of the legendary Richard Harris. Mm-hmm. Not that that's that important, but it is.
Has the T virus.
Shut up! Stop talking.
Okay.
There's so many. He's fucking Moriarty from the Sherlock Holmes movies. It's great. But he is so good. But in this movie, it's like he is sleepwalking through every conversation he's having with Amber Heard's character. He's just like, "Oh, you need to calm down.
It's okay.
I can't tell you anything. It's fine." And I'm like, "Is everyone okay? Is John Carpenter asleep behind the camera? Like, oh God."
You
have to do it again, guys. I don't remember. Yeah, he didn't write this movie, which you can feel it.
So
unfortunate.
Maybe you guys picked up on this, but there is a part where Danielle Panabaker gets taken, right? Like, she's taken by the ghost, and if the electric shock therapy and the power goes out, how come no one else reacts to that shit? Like, if it's a real thing.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I felt like this psych ward, like, they made it look, the exterior was huge, right? Like, it looked like it was huge.
This looked like the Stanley Hotel.
But there's nobody there. Like, even like the head nurse there or whatever.
You know what? That's true. Why are those the only 5 patients there?
I mean, we saw like there was like a hospital wing with boys in it, but even then there was like barely in it. You see them running around and there's nobody there. So like, I guess the reason why no one reacted is because there was nobody there to react to.
They also state like this is like a certain section of the hospital. It's the ward, as they call it. And so it's like, this is all that's in there. And these people, these girls don't even seem that bad. They're just troubled teens. Like, one of them is suicidal. Like, one of them has got the mindset of a child.
Yeah.
It's like these, like, I don't want to say minor like ailments, but like, why are they in this like supposed to be super secure area of the hospital when it's like, I'm looking for like some dangerous people. Like, when you get to the point where you get the whole story behind the ghost.
Yeah.
Why she's a ghost. These girls ganged up on this girl and killed her. And like, she was bad. But they never show her doing anything to the point where you're like, she was
like,
bad.
What the fuck did she do?
She just sat on a couch and the one girl's like, I found your bunny. And she's like, ugh. Yeah. But
like,
they never show me her like fucking taking one of those girls and putting her in a room and like beating the crap out of her or torturing her. No, it's just her sitting on a couch and be like, I found your bunny.
It's like, I have a slight attitude and I might be a little sleepy. And that's like it.
It's very weird.
So what I think is, because of like that, what's her name in this? Alice?
Yeah.
The main girl from Resident Evil. Alice. She's the main persona. That's why they wanted to get rid of her. Right? Like, that's what all the other, I feel like that's why they were in the ward, and they're not so dangerous, but it's like, she has multiple personality syndrome.
Yeah.
Like, we learned that later. So that's why she's there, is because she is a danger to herself. But I feel like they took Alice out because Alice was the main
person.
The main personality, because one of the other personalities wanted to take over.
Oh, wait. So you're telling me,
have you seen Identity?
I saw the twist. I thought that Amber Heard was the only one. Wait, you're telling me that every girl in this movie was part of her?
Yeah, they were all her personalities.
It's a multiple personality syndrome. That's what it was.
The book, it had them all listed, like personality 1, personality 2. It listed all of them. And what I thought,
I hate it even more now.
So this is what I thought.
I didn't mind that part. You know, it was pretty neat. Because I really like Identity. That's why. Identity fucking rules. And that's
so there was just one girl in this hospital the whole time?
It was the girl that was killed.
At the very, very end.
It was Alice, right? Yeah. I saw that, but I didn't realize. Okay.
Yeah, so all the other girls.
Thought it was like, because we were saying that Amber Heard, her name was Kristen, and I thought, I was like, okay, so each one of her personalities' name begins with a letter in her first name. Was what I thought it was. I was like, that's a bit weird. But then they said, oh no, it's Alice. Because if you look at, like, you got E for Emily, you got S for Sarah. I mean, obviously Zoe doesn't fit in there, but there was some of them I was like, oh, I for Iris, like kind of in her name. So I was like, are they trying to do something like that? But no, it's literally just she was kidnapped for 2 months, and like her brain just had to like shift to a million different people to kind of cope with what was going on, and then her parents shipped her off.
Did you notice who young Alice was?
No.
Sydney Sweeney in her very first role.
Oh, you know what? That's right. That's right, because Screenbox, they posted about that. You're right.
Yep. But yeah, no, I dug the twist. And when we find out that it's a multiple personality syndrome, that Alice is the main personality, because when all that shit's happening, when Amber Heard is talking to Jared Harris in the office about finding the paperwork and shit, and she gets tackled by the ghost.
I have a problem.
And he says nothing. He says nothing. He says nothing. And then takes a fucking swanton bombs out of that 3rd story window.
Yeah.
You know, she's sitting there just hitting the Hardy Boys, jumps out, and lives.
I have such a problem with that scene. It's like,
with no scratches or anything.
Like, you know that she's having something going on in this office, and you obviously see it in front of you, but you're just gonna let her jump out the window? Like, you're just standing there like, okay, that's fine, and then come down. It might have
just happened though. Like, you had the magic, the Jared Harris touch. No, I'm not even gonna say what he did to her, Parker.
So here. I just want to be clarified here, because clearly I missed a lot of shit. Shut up.
You gotta watch it for a 3rd time now.
It saved his daughter.
All
right, anyways, go ahead.
So pretty much the whole thing is the ghost is not actually a ghost. It was actually her coming back to just destroy all of her other personalities.
The ghost is a dead personality that they took care of, which is the Alice personality. Right. That's why. Yeah. But Alice is still the physical body of the person. Like, that's why at the end she was standing in front of the mirror with her toothbrush, and she was in the hospital wing. That is Alice. Yeah. Okay. But no, the ghost portion of this movie is a figment of someone's imagination, and literally got killed off by herself.
Yeah. And then we had that little jump scare of Amber Heard coming out of the medicine cabinet, because I guess that personality is trying to come back.
Oh yeah. And I mean, she's not healed. That means that it's open for a sequel.
Please, God,
but
no.
I did like the kills in this though. I did like the lobotomy kill, like when they fucking took that whoosh, right into their eye. Good one. Yeah. I loved it. Then there was the electrocution, like fucking got.
I didn't like it.
Cooked from the inside, dude. I thought that was awesome. I didn't
like it because
I didn't bite off her tongue, dude. I wanted to see that happen.
Because they emphasize that they're like, put this in your mouth so don't bite your tongue off. I wish that was the case.
I think the reason I didn't like that kill too much is because I feel like Daniel Panabaker didn't do a very good job showing us that was actually happening. Like, when Amber Heard has it happen to her, like, I'll give this to her. When she's getting the electroshock, dude, her like feet like tense up, and she's generally looking like she's reacting to this actually happening. Yeah. But when Daniel Panabaker, she's just laying there, she's like,
dude, she's cooked though. Like,
yeah, but I feel like you would be like other things would be happening, and she's not selling it. All I'm getting is this weird CG like mess on her face. It just, I don't know. It didn't look good to me.
Let me look. Yeah, that kill was pretty cool.
I do like when Kristen and the ghost fight in the hallway.
Electroshock.
With the axe.
And she just falls down. She's just like, the ghost is like, oh god. No. I'm like, what is happening here? Doing ghosts.
Fuck. But like, no, it begs the question though of like, we'll say Alice was there, but we're obviously seeing it through Christian's like view, right? It's that body. Yeah. But did she actually kill somebody? That's like what I'm thinking, because like she actually took an axe, right? The axe came out of the wall. Like you can't fake that, right? So she swung it, and if this thing is a figment of her imagination, did she actually kill somebody working in that hospital?
Nah, I think she was just swinging at nothing. I just want to see like another perspective of somebody watching her just literally attacking nothing. It's just just free swinging around the hospital.
This was back in like the 1950s, so I don't think they would have had security cameras, but that would be pretty funny.
Yeah, I think this was supposed to be the early 60s or something.
It was 1966. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
Yeah, well,
that's why they must have had security cameras then.
That's also why Jared Harris's character is like, yeah, my methods are pretty primitive, but they're still like on the horizon of creating new shit. But what didn't look like the 60s was the way they all fucking dressed. Yeah. It was too modern to me. Like everything was too modern in that hospital for me, except the TV is what's supposed to show the age, or the nurse's fucking dress is what is supposed to show the age of this movie.
It's like too bright and shiny.
Yeah, very, very modern.
I also love how they're able to like kind of dress how they want, but yeah, the costume, whoever's in charge of like the costume design in this, I think they pulled too modern from it. I do agree, and also like the hairstyles that were going on there, I feel like they were a little too modern. Not like you can do a lot being in a mental institution, but you could have done something.
When Danielle Panabaker's sitting there getting electrocuted, dude, it zooms down to the Quentin Tarantino shot of her feet. And she's wearing those fucking open-toe sandals. I'm like, in what psych ward can you wear that shit?
Yeah, I guess like they must have been way less strict back then. I'm like, you know what? Do what you want.
Yeah, wear what you came in here in.
And we'll just wash it.
I did like the design of the ghost. I liked the sunken in face. I did like that monster makeup. It was pretty good. That's all that was pretty good about this movie, if I'm being honest.
If I have to say one, go ahead. I'll say something after.
So in the beginning of the movie, she sets fire to a house, and then she gets caught. So is that one of her other personalities that did that? And then
no, they lay it all out for you at the end, dude. They talk about
the house too.
Yeah, that was part of where she was kidnapped.
Alice was shackled in that basement for 2 months, and the only way she could escape was delusion. And with that's where she created these multiple personalities. But it shows Amber Heard, and then it like swipes over to her sitting there in front of this burning barn house.
So like, all I gotta say is that anyone who's listening going, did he even watch the movie? Yes, I did, but clearly
did you even watch the movie, Parker?
I think I checked out. I think I was checked out.
So that's what you need to do. You need to put on Screenbox on your phone right now, and you gotta boot this movie up while we're talking about it.
Nope, still getting a 2-star on Letterboxd. It's staying that way.
But the one thing I wanted to say about the ghost, Alice, is I think Terrifier pulled a lot from that design, because if you look at Victoria, like the main like really disfigured girl from Terrifier, looks pretty fucking familiar and similar.
Pretty close,
to this one.
but I feel like Damien Leone took that design and just was like, let's turn it up to 1,000.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I see I could see where the similarities are for sure.
But I like the design was dope.
Yeah, I did dig it. Again, like I said, it just weirded me out that this ghost was like, finessing these fucking medical tools and just taking I'm like, why the fuck is this ghost like taking its time doing this shit? Then they explain, or I've learned, I taught Parker why the ghost is doing this shit. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense why the ghost is taking their time, but all in all, man, this is probably never going to be rewatched again from me, dude. I'll hard pass on it.
No, maybe if there was, I don't even think there's any way for you to save this movie. Like whether you take something away or if you add to it.
Different cast, like Parker was saying.
Or like
less money. Make it a little more DIY and dingy, like
make it campy.
I don't know. This movie the budget really wasn't that high. Like I feel like I don't know. I feel like this was just John Carpenter came back after a 10-year hiatus after doing Ghosts of Mars. He took 10 years off. He took 10 years off and did this movie. And to be honest, I just didn't feel like a John Carpenter movie.
No,
and the fact
that he put his name on this movie as John Carpenter's The Ward, I would have made the decision to not do that. He didn't write this movie, and I didn't feel the heart. I didn't feel like there was just much desire to do this. Like, everyone was kind of phoning it in. To be honest, I think the best performance is Sydney Sweeney's, and she doesn't even freaking speak in this movie. She's just there dangling in a basement or whatever at the end. I don't know, man. It's just very disappointing because, like, I was really hoping it. I was like, oh man, maybe people just saw it at the time and just it wasn't up to their snuff because we hold John Carpenter at such a high regard, especially back with his class. Halloween was made for literally pennies. The Thing actually had a higher budget than this.
Yeah.
In 1982, it had a $15 million budget.
But it shows. It shows. I think something else that could help this movie is more practical effects. I think I like the design of the ghost, but did you notice the weird like pulsating veins
on the hands and stuff?
I didn't like what is going on. Like, just give me a really grotesque design, scary. Like, as much as The Nun is not a good movie, like that, at least The Nun is a scary looking creature.
Yeah.
And a memorable creature where like this one is like, it was cool, but I'm going to forget about it tomorrow. Like, if somebody asked me, what's the ghost in the ward look like tomorrow? I'm going to be like, I don't remember.
Yeah.
Because it's just a forgettable.
Victoria from Terrifier.
But not nearly as good.
No.
Yeah.
or scary.
Yeah. I guess the one thing that kind of bothered me about the whole ghost was like we saw that she was strangled, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we see what the ghost looks like now. How do you go from being strangled to looking like this?
She was decomposing. I mean, I don't know.
How do you get a ghost from just I don't know, man. This movie is just like
they killed off a personality. I think that's the aim of the symbolism of the ghost was one of that personality
trying to fight back. Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah,
I guess.
Sure. Again, better cast. This movie actually could have been halfway decent.
My only problem with the ghost, and I'm not trying to be blasphemous or anything, is my same problem with the alien from the xenomorph from the first Alien. When you see like the person in the suit, and you can tell it's not like a thin creature.
Mm.
You know what I mean? It's I wish the ghost had fucking thick human hands and arms. I wish it was a little bit more like Javier Botet. You know what I mean?
Like a grotesque.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, like anything he does.
Let's get some horror up in this bitch.
That creature from, like, as much as people are divisive on Smile, I thought the creature design at the end of that movie was awesome. And like something that's like, it's not human, you know?
And that's what I'm getting at.
But
like,
it is.
Creature, like the creature. Yeah. I always try to let people know I'm not trying to dog on Alien at all. But the jump scare where the xenomorph reaches out for the person, you can tell it's a person in a fucking suit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'd rather it be, thin and brittle like we see like the other xenomorphs being. But like I wish
that would have been the case if it was made, 10 years later.
Oh, for sure.
That was what we could get in 1979.
Yeah.
And to
be
honest,
that's why I'm not dogging it.
Right. And even though that movie was made 45 years ago,
let's do it.
Listen, I'll talk about Alien all fucking
day.
Me too, man.
I'm not dogging it, but I'm saying if that ghost had like a skeleton hand or something that was not a fat human hand, like touching shit, that's my only gripe. I just wish it looked more like a ghost, not just in the face.
Yeah. You know what I want to tell everyone listening is, even though we have a lot of negatives and we didn't like this movie, please check it out for yourself. It's not long. It's only like an hour and 25 minutes. It's actually really short. It's a quick, like, it moves
fast too.
It's not terrible. It's just again, a different cast that kind of puts more of a care behind their performance, I think would have brought something out. Like, to be honest, if you got some of the
identity.
Some of these actors in a lot of the horror movies nowadays, like Lauren Lavera, I could see her in this movie killing it. Like she could rule as freaking Kristen. Like Amber Heard just doesn't do it for me at all. Like in this movie, she's just very one note, and she doesn't convey like fear or just being like pissed off or me. Like I was like, I'm bored with this. What is going on? But I would say check it out for yourself. It's on Screenbox. Check it out for yourself and come up with your own opinion. If you're a fan of John Carpenter,
that's what it was missing. Parker.
Yes.
Was that
John Carpenter's score?
That too.
If he had scored
Who
this,
did the score for this? Let's see.
Not John Carpenter.
I could tell you right now.
Mark Killian.
There you go. And the new beats, whatever that is.
If John Carpenter though did the score for this dude, I feel like you'd feel the dread a little more.
You guys listen to his his music that he's been putting out?
Yeah, I have
with his son.
I have the vinyl over here somewhere.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah,
it's so good.
And my name is Death.
Parker,
you're welcome.
Thanks, man.
I'll make sure to bring a better movie the next time you bring me on, if you ever bring me back on, because of the fact I brought this movie to the table.
No, you need a redemption arc for sure.
You do. And Parker, you have 3 opportunities with me at least. There's 2 other shows that I do that you fucking come on and bring us.
He's just gonna bring this one to all those shows.
Excuse me. I was brought on to talk about a movie I hate, but I agreed to come on because you know what? Any opportunity to bash Resident Evil, I'm all in.
Wow. There it is. But Parker, we're going to talk a little bit, like you brought it up. What did you rate this on Letterboxd?
I gave it a 2 out of 5 stars. 2.5 is usually where I start with the likes. Like a 5 out of 10 is like I liked it, but I will never watch it again. Okay. Anything below that is not good. Never will watch it again.
That's fair.
2 out of 5.
That's fair. Dustin, did you rate it on Letterboxd?
I did, and
your personal rating?
I said this earlier. John Carpenter. He's one of my favorite directors out there, and writers when he's really there with his wits together and knows what he wants to do when he has a vision. This on Letterboxd, I gave it a 1.5, man. 1.5, and my personal is a 4 out of 10. It's from reminiscing back when I saw this originally on Netflix years and years and years ago, and totally forgot about it, and then saw it pop up on Screenbox, and I was like, oh, it's that movie. And then Parker's over here like, we're doing this movie. I was like, all right. So we're doing it, and the memories are not great. So I'm sorry for those of you who do enjoy this movie. No, there's movies out there that I just don't like, and this is one of them. And I hate to say that about my boy John.
I'm just saying I like The Mutilator and you didn't.
Yeah,
so it's
if I had to pick this or The Mutilator, I'd watch The Mutilator over this. Just saying.
Perfect.
I think if you told John Carpenter you didn't like this movie, he would probably look at you and go, I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Yeah, what movie?
Yeah.
So I'm in the same boat with you, man. I gave this a 1.5 on Letterboxd. That means I will not revisit it, nor will I ever recommend this movie to anyone. Because it's again, for me, it's not John. It doesn't feel like John Carpenter, and that's a shame because I guess like we just talked about, if he had scored this, different actors, it'd be a completely different fucking movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, 1.5, which is pretty low.
It's a big yikes for us. I don't think we've rated anything that low yet.
No, we just did Bloody Muscle Bodybuilder in Hell.
And I think we gave that like either a 2.5 or a 3 out of 5 because that was fucking
ton of fun.
That was great. But
ton of fun.
This was fun to chat about. And Parker, I mean, thank you for coming on and picking this. I haven't talked to you in so long, so this is a great reunion. Thank you for bringing this.
You're welcome.
To the table.
You're welcome. I said I haven't been on in a while. Let me bring a garbage movie on.
He brought the heavy hitters in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everybody down below, let us know if you've seen this movie, what you rated it. Would you recommend this to somebody? Is this a movie that's been on your list for a while since it dropped on Screenbox? Let us know. Are you a fan of John Carpenter? Where do you put this on the list of all his movies? This would be definitely way, 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 way in the back for me.
Yeah. Yeah, let us know if you noticed anything that we didn't talk about nor answer questions that we had. So
yep.
You
probably noticed way more than I ever did. So
Parker didn't even watch the movie.
I didn't watch the movie, I guess.
No.
So Parker, what you got cooking? Let people know what you do over on Dissect That Film.
Oh, I talk about movies. We go through the plots of the good, the bad, and the ugly of cinema. We don't talk about just a specific genre. We talk all different genres: animation, drama, action, horror, all of it. And both Dustins have been on the show before, of course, to talk about a horror movie.
Hell yeah, man.
But yeah, me and my wonderful co-host Dan and Angela, we literally talk. Yeah, we bring some facts to the table that people probably already know, and then we literally go from beginning to end of the movie and talk all the way through the plot, and bring our own little slice of whatever it is we do to those plots. So,
and what do you guys do?
We dissect that film.
Oh yeah, man.
Oh yeah, and you can find us anywhere. We're on all the socials. We're on all the podcast apps. We're on YouTube. We do video form, and we have a Patreon as well at Dissect That Film. Everything is Dissect That Film.
Yep, and I'll make sure to put all the links down below for you as well for everybody to go check out. This was a blast. We say this all the time, but we got a lot of really cool things cooking in the background. I'm so excited for this chapter of the Baron's Hideout podcast, and for all of you who are here listening, and for those who are coming on the show to chat about shit. It's great, and just keep your eye out. Make sure you guys are on that Patreon. Go and vote. You don't even need to be subscribed on there to go vote for what we're going to be covering in October. There's a few things over there, and we got some new artwork in the mix. We got a new intro that's going to be coming out soon as well. A lot of cool stuff, and I'm excited.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a fucking blast, dude. Like, I'm so ready. Like Dustin said, over on the Patreon, there's a free tier, and you can support us as low as $1. Vote. We put out stuff early over there. It's pretty fucking rad. You know what we're doing, and we're also revamping it. There's gonna be new stuff we're gonna be putting out there. There's gonna be exclusive only content for the patrons. So keep your eye out on all those socials for us.
Hell yeah. And thank you guys so much for being here. Parker, thank you for being here, man. It's a blast to talk to you again.
Thanks for having me, guys. You guys rule.
Hell yeah. And we'll see you guys on the next one.
Later.